Floyd didn't have, he didn't have the meanness and toughness to beat Sugar Leonard. And of course, after he said that, then Floyd pumped. To him, he's a great fighter, and a great fighter always has an ego, and just like him, he has an ego. You know, and Roy was a great fighter. And Roy probably would have been one of the greatest fighters ever if he never went up to heavyweight and come back down. But he did. And so you can't, and one thing about boxing is this, you don't just talk about your great fights. You got to talk about every fight.
I know y'all enjoy this thing of boxing. I know we play games and people have their issues and people have opinions. It's cool too. I got opinions and I'm allowed to say my opinion or speak my opinion. And if somebody was trying to send me a subliminal message, it worked, because if you want to prove that you're better than me, I'm always ready. Wide open, ready to go. It's called.
You already know. Ellie, what's the deal? Mayweather, who wins? Mayweather versus Roy Jones? Ooh, Roy Jones. Roy Jones. You know what I'm saying? Ellie, man, thank you for that video. You the champ. Let's go, champ.
I would not be able to take credit for beating Pacquiao after he got knocked out by Marquez, because that's not the same Pacquiao.
Of course.
That's not the Pacquiao at the top of his game.
Yeah, of course.
But in society today, we'll call that person the best fighter ever.
Of course.
When that's not how that goes. That's not reality. But in the business world, it is, because look how much.
Is there something that you want to elaborate on, or is there something that maybe you don't like about Floyd?
One thing I don't like is that you don't respect elders. You talk about Muhammad Ali got beat by an 8-0 fighter. The 8-0 fighter was an Olympian who was a monster, who, if you had a monster like that in your weight class, you wouldn't fight him at that time. You understand where I'm coming from? So, that being said, you're disrespecting the greatest fighter of all time. And if you let him move around and do what he want to do, he's going to beat you, because he's very explosive and he's very mean.
I was going to say mean, too.
To me, people don't give him enough credit. People always say, well, Floyd would beat Sugar. No, baby, Floyd is not as near as mean as Sugar was.
You don't think he would have beat him?
How? How you gonna keep him off of him? Sugar is a dog. Just because his name Sugar don't mean nothing. Sugar is a dog. People don't give him enough credit for that. You gotta think, listen around.
Roy Jones explains why Floyd and he were so different.
You know, we stood for two different things. You know, he was a social media blowout. You know, he blew it away. You feel me? And that fit his character, because he could do it, you know, and do things the way he did, and he was smarter. I wanted to play King of the Hill. He didn't care to play King of the Hill, he wanted to play King of the...
Roy Jones Jr. has officially fired back after Floyd Mayweather Sr. trolled him, predicting that his son, Floyd, would easily knock Jones out if they ever fought. And while Floyd Jr. has remained quiet, the message has been loud and clear, especially after he posted knockout clips of Jones Jr. on his Instagram story. Now, let's rewind. It was actually Roy Jones Jr. who first called out Floyd Mayweather to a fight. Jones says he's always ready, and even challenged Floyd to a sanctioned bout, not just an exhibition.
Do you respect the Floyd 50-0, or is it like...
You gotta respect anything a person does and stay undefeated that long. So I respect it to a degree, yeah. Is it a 50-0 that I think, oh, he the greatest fighter all the time? Nah. Chavez was 80-0 at one point. 80. He could have retired at 80-0. You go ever top that? No.
Jones explains why Floyd and he were so different.
You know, we stood for two different things. You know, he was a social media blowout. You know, he blew it away. You feel me? And that fit his character, because he could do it, you know, and do things the way he did, and he was smarter. I wanted to play King of the Hill. He didn't care to play King of the Hill. He wanted to play King.
Favorite fighter ever. He's my favorite fighter ever. You guys know I was a huge fanboy and all those things. I've said it repeatedly. But if they were to fight, I'll be rooting on Floyd Mayweather, man. I can't. Listen, regardless of how many times I've criticized Floyd and his career.
He's a nice guy. Floyd Mayweather added in Roy Jones Jr.
I mean, look, once a fighter, always a fighter. Look, if you're going to attack Floyd's character, he's going to attack you back. That's just the bottom line. It's like with me and Berlanga. if you're gonna try to attack, like with me, I'm just having fun. Because
What do you think about Roy and Floyd going back and forth? I just talked to him. Floyd was really worked up. I mean, Roy was really worked up about it. What do you think, Andre?
They fighters, man. Okay, we're going this way. They fighters.
Isn't that the biggest fight in boxing today? Like, if that would have really happened, you think it could happen?
Watch out, Andre can still throw hands now. Don't mess with him like that.
They fighters, bro.
Roy said.
Could it be that Floyd didn't have an equal?
He did. He did.
That's what I'm saying.
Wait, stop. What's the guy name in the wheelchair right now?
Paul Williams.
He could have fought him.
I don't think he would have beat.
I ain't say that. I say he could have fought him though.
He didn't.
You don't think? Hey, in my opinion, the only person that really had a chance in his weight class back then was Amir Khan. He wasn't touching Amir Khan. That time Amir had too good a feet. He wasn't
That's
fighting
true.
Amir Khan.
Amir was calling him out for years.
He wasn't fighting Amir Khan. Amir Khan had too good a feet. I already know.
In response, Mayweather Sr. dismissed the idea completely, saying Roy is older, slower, and not in shape like Floyd. He even claimed that Roy wouldn't be able to land a single punch on his son. But not everyone agrees. Roy Jones Jr. to win. And many fans say Jones in his prime was more explosive and took more risks, while Floyd played it smart and safe. Jones hasn't held back either. He said Floyd never fought opponents on his level at their prime. He criticized Floyd for avoiding fighters like Amir Khan and said Floyd waited until Manny Pacquiao was past his best before fighting him.
Of his fights getting knocked out. What do you think about that?
Nah, Roy's the legend, bro. you can't come for Roy like that.
Now, who do you think was better in their prime? Roy or Floyd?
I would say Roy was better during the prime, but Floyd just stayed.
You know, it's a hard one to call, and I'm gonna tell you why it's a hard one to call. It's a hard one to call because it'll all be predicated upon how Canelo approaches the fight. If Canelo approaches the fight like he's the man and he can box and outbox Terence Crawford, he'll get beat. If he comes out and shows that he really wants to go out and prove the world that he's still the best, he might win. So it all depends on which Canelo comes to the dance.
Bud, Canelo, you know, done deal. Looks like the fight is signed. What's your thoughts on this fight, man?
Man, it's a great fight for boxing. I know people don't agree with it, but if Canelo fights one inkling of the wrong fight, he's gonna lose. If he comes out and fights the right fight, it's gonna be a tough one. So right now, I think it go either way, but it depends on what type of fight Canelo fights.
You've been a guy that's worked the weight class. How do you think Terence Crawford should handle the weight? Should he come in lighter? Should he come right around the weight limit?
Come in as big as he can get. If you get to the weight limit, because there is a weight limit, get to the weight limit.
Canelo did what he had to do to get the victory.
What do you want next? It seems like that's going to be the fight. Terence Crawford versus Canelo Alvarez, the biggest fight in boxing.
Well, Canelo's the face of boxing. He's the best fighter for Terence Crawford out there. He's the biggest fight for Terence Crawford out there. So that's why Terence Crawford want to take the opportunity to share a ring with another great.
How do you beat him?
You'll see. Come to a smoke with Roy Jones Jr.
Go up there with anybody else. I won't smoke with us. We go damn well if you get in them. Has there ever been a fight? That's one thing that's different from Roy. That's the difference between Roy and Floyd. Floyd picked who he fought. Roy fought whoever the fuck he came. So don't get me fucked. See how made me come. Don't get me.
Versus Floyd Mayweather beef. Now, we all know Floyd was showing the videos of Roy Jones getting knocked the hell out. And I said, where the hell did this come from? Why he do him like that? Well, it stems from Roy. We all know, I don't say Roy talking, but.
Do you respect the Floyd 50-0, or is it like?
You gotta respect anything a person does and stay undefeated that long. So I respect it to a degree, yeah. Is it a 50-0 that I think, oh, he the greatest fighter all the time? Nah. Chavez was 80-0 at one point. 80. He could retire at 80-0.
And the respect, it's mutual, but limited. Jones admits Mayweather's 50-0 record is impressive, but not GOAT level. Chavez was 80-0 at one point, he said. Top that. So will this war of words turn into an actual fight? Unlikely, but not impossible. And if it does happen, even as an exhibition, it's guaranteed to break the internet. Two legends, two eras, one unresolved rivalry. Let us know in the comments who wins, Roy Jones Jr. or Floyd Mayweather Jr. Make sure to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications for more epic boxing updates and breakdowns. So